Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, December the 10th, and we appreciate you being with us. We've got several things to go through, but today I'm excited to announce the launch of our mobile ID in West Virginia, from the Department of Motor Vehicles that's offering a secure and convenient digital version of your driver's license or your state-issued ID. This is one of the ways that we're using modern technology to make life easier and safer for West Virginians. West Virginia is transforming its DMV into one of the best in the country, and this is really great stuff, prioritizing innovation, customer service, and modern solutions for our residents. This is really, really unbelievable what's happening right here in our own DMV in the great state of West Virginia. One of the absolute first, and with all that being said, all kinds of good stuff happening at our DMV. The same thing's happening at our community and technical colleges. We have seen an incredible increase in enrollment in our community and technical colleges, a 7.8% increase in enrollment for the fall semester of 2024. I think about this. The national growth of enrollment is at 4.7. We're almost double that. This means that 18,000 students are now attending one of our public community or technical colleges. It's great stuff, and you know that earlier this year we had to get ahead because the federal government was lagging behind, in the FAFSA payments and everything for the federal student aid. We stepped up and moved on that and everything, but this is really great news for our community and technical colleges, and great news for employment, all across this great state, because we need these people that know the trades, and absolutely we have jobs waiting for them in every sector, and so we're really, really proud to have these kids in our community and technical schools. Just imagine this one. Today, I'm proud to share with you some really big news. Our Division of Highways paved 1,170 miles of roads across West Virginia this paving season. Now, what is that? Now, just think about this just a second. That's like getting in your car and driving to Lubbock, Texas, or getting in your car and going to Winnipeg, Canada. That's how much our Division of Highways, those folks paved this past paving season, one season. The job they do is off the chart. I tell them all the time, please be super safe. I tell you as drivers all the time, please be super safe. These people are doing great work across West Virginia all the time. Keep it going. Way back when we came up with the idea of Roads to Prosperity, we started and we took off. We took off with employment in West Virginia. We took off in every way imaginable. Absolutely, deficits became surpluses. So many things started to happen. And absolutely, right now, more and more good stuff by these great folks in West Virginia that are working every day at our Department of Highways. Congratulations to all of you. Keep doing the great work and keep it going. I'm only going to be your governor for a few more days now, but absolutely keep it going. Keep it going, West Virginia. So much good stuff. Later on today, I'm going to Boone County, and we're going to be doing our announcement in regard to rural hospitals, and if you could stay tuned to us, but we'll be at Boone Memorial Hospital at 2 o'clock, and I'll be announcing the $40 million Rural Hospitals Grants Program to several different rural hospitals, and you know how I feel about this one. At the end of the day, our rural hospitals are the lifeblood of our communities, and we have got to support our rural hospitals. And so this won't be the end-all, do-all, but it will absolutely help several of our rural hospitals, and they're so important to us. I congratulate Randy Smith and Roger Hanshaw. You know, they're our new Senate president, and Roger's been there, but our re-elected Speaker of the House. So congratulations, Randy and Roger, and I know you guys will do a great job. You know, just keep doing the good work that you've already done. Okay, yesterday I spoke at the West Virginia Leaders of Education Conference and everything. Kathy spoke the night before and everything. This was K through 12 principals and I guess other administrators that were there. But I appreciate Mickey and all the great folks that were there. These people are the leaders of our schools and they do great work and it was an honor for me to be able to be there. There's Kathy and Michelle and Vicki the night before, but nevertheless, I can't congratulate them enough. But at the same time, we have challenges that are still in front of us. We want to continue to do more and more goodness, but at the same time, I say it over and over, and I'm going to say it one more time. And that is just this. All you got to do is go in one of our schools and pull the kids from a classroom. It's especially easy if you go into an elementary school and pull the kids out in the hall and just say, what do you think about Miss Lily? And I'd bet you anything you want to bet, the kids say, oh, we love our teacher, Miss Lily. And then let the kids go back in, have somebody with them and everything, and have Miss Lily come out in the hall and say, what do you think about your kids? And she's going to say, oh, I love my kids. I'd do anything for them, and I just love them with all my soul. And then go downtown and go walk downtown. Pick anybody that's walking on the street and say, what do you think about your school? And I'll bet you all the money I've got and everything that they would say, oh, we love our school. It's the fabric of our community. And so at the end of the day, the way I see it, it's just this simple. Because, the foundation of everything around me is logic and the truth. But really and truly, if the kids love their teacher and their teachers love their kids, and really and truly the community loves its school and is really proud of its school, sure, we've still got a bunch of stuff we got to do, but we're doing a bunch of stuff right. I tell kids, I was with kids at Appalachian Bible. I told them just this. I said, you may not think it. You may think, whether it's in Los Angeles or New York or Chicago or wherever it may be, that you're not up to that standard. You're not that good. But really and truly, I will promise you, there's parents in those cities and there's parents all over the world that would give anything if their kids could be you. Because you're in a safe environment. You're in a loving environment. You're in a caring environment. Do you not think that we get better, really better in those environments versus an environment that really and truly, you don't know what's going to happen. You're afraid about your kids being at school or going to the school or walking anywhere because the convenience store may be robbed right in front of them, or the drug situation is totally out of control. Absolutely, we're doing a lot of good stuff right here in this great state. Let's get better. It doesn't mean we stop. We sure got to get better. But absolutely, we should be very proud of what we're doing. Here's another thing. In the communities and schools, this program that Kathy has going on, the Friends of with Paul's program, they now have placed 44 therapy dogs in 44 schools. And, right there they are with a new dog. Its name is Bo. It went to Buffalo Elementary School. And they've got one more they're going to do before Kathy's gone. And you got to stay tuned and everything. It'll be the 45th dog and everything, but those dogs are really neat. They do a lot of great stuff. So just keep at it, Kathy. And like I said, I was at Appalachian Bible, just the other day, and it was good to be with them and everything. And that school does phenomenal work, and I'm really, really proud of them and everything. So y'all just keep it up, keep doing good stuff there at Appalachian Bible. And I want to congratulate 2 programs at Marshall, and it's unbelievable. I want to congratulate the Marshall men's soccer team for returning to the College Cup. 4 teams in it. They play Ohio State and Cary, North Carolina, just in a matter of a few days and everything. And the Marshall football team, they showed us how great they were, and they just dominated. They dominated in the Sun Belt Championship game. And so Coach Huff and that great football team were really, really proud. So all that being said, keep up the good work. Really, really proud of a lot of stuff that's going on in West Virginia. Thank you so much. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Governor. We'll now take questions from members of the media. Our first question today, Mark Curtis, Nexstar Media.
Good morning, just barely. Morning, Governor, and fellow reporters and staffers. Governor, I wanted to ask, I know Brian Abraham had released some information about this, but I wanted to ask you, there was almost a special session on Saturday of the legislature, and this was an economic development project that I guess would have benefited southern West Virginia. It didn't come to fruition. I'm wondering if you can tell us, I know you can't give away a lot of details, but I'm wondering if you can tell us, is this deal still in the mix? Can the next administration and legislature still make this deal happen for West Virginia? And give us a sense of how big of a project this was and what the impact might be.
Well, Mark, I think it's surely still in the mix. We got into a situation where we were trying to, pound a round peg in a square hole, to tell you the truth, and we were trying to just, rush too much and everything. But at the same time, we had the players that were, right at the table. Now, I'm a real believer that anytime in business you have the opportunity of making a deal, you make the deal, and so, but we got a lot of noise that was going on in a lot of different directions, and so we just felt like too much noise and everything. It could have very well resulted in a tens of billions of dollars into southern West Virginia. I worked really, really hard, Mark, because a lot of projects, all across economic development projects all across our state. But when it really boils right down to it, to bring projects to southern West Virginia was tough, and we worked super hard to try to bring as many projects to southern West Virginia as we could, plus all over the state, but this one would have been going into Logan County, and it was, this one, in my opinion, we were standing there with a tennis racket and somebody was going to toss us a watermelon. It was pretty easy to hit. We had AEP lined up with, a firm that was, nationally renowned firm and everything, not asking for money. They were, and so I hope and pray like crazy that we will continue the discussions and be able to get this across the finish line, because we've put in a lot of licks to get it to here, but you're kind of running out of time. And so I think we got it all teed up, and hopefully, when we go into the full session and everything, we'll be able to get it across the finish line.
Thank you, Mark. Next up is John Mark Shaver with WV News.
Hello, Governor. I want to talk about the Pierpont Aviation Center. Last year, you guys signed a bill that was supposed to give them $25 million to build for you guys to build the new aviation center for them. And some officials over there are worried that that's not going to happen, and they're looking at other avenues to get the aviation center built. With you leaving soon, can you give us any updates on how you feel about the aviation center, if we can get that done? Thank you.
Okay, I'm aware I probably need to revisit with some folks and everything. I know there's some loose ends as far as some details and everything, but let me just revisit and I know that local people are still working through different details and everything, but as far as I know that the money is there whenever they're ready. I think we've got the money setting aside and everything, but I think I hate to misspeak, but I believe the money is at the EDA, and we're waiting on local people to get the details worked out. But nevertheless, let me just double check, okay? But I think that's where we stand.
John Marks, thank you. Next up is Stephen Adams with Ogden News.
Yeah, Steve Adams of Ogden Newspapers here. Following up on Mark's question in regards to the project and the special session. You say you've got some hope for the general session here coming up in 2025. But what was the reason we ultimately didn't do this? I've heard multiple different reasons. I know lawmakers were supposed to take terms after December 1st, but typically aren't really officially sworn in until January. The Secretary of State's office still has to finalize the election results, which some counties didn't mail out till the deadline on Friday, so they're still waiting for those in the mail. Was there a concern about trying to do this and seating a new legislature? Is there concerns specifically about whether the incoming legislature would be willing to consider this? And so we were trying to get it in front of the lame duck legislature before they head out the door. I mean, what ultimately was the reason that this didn't come together? It seems to me if you wanted to call a special session, you could do it next week once Secretary of State's office has all the county results in and bring everybody in. It would just be the new legislature, wouldn't be the current legislature. So what are your thoughts on that? Thanks.
Well, Stephen, I'm sure not casting anybody under the bus at all here, okay? But I think where we got was, the company was ready to go. And the companies, power company and the company was going to really put the money in the deal. And they were excited about everything. I think what we got into was a situation to where, because of, people that, had just been elected, weren't seated, all that kind of stuff, and all the different things. I think the legislature basically was saying back to us that they weren't quite ready. And so the net of the whole thing was, in addition to just this, from my standpoint, I wanted to be absolutely, positively certain that we weren't going to do anything that was going to endanger, future coal jobs. And so I just felt like too many moving parts, and really and truly what we should do is, this company's not going to leave, I don't think, but what we should do is we should have a longer period to really vet, and so I just felt like that it was smart money to just give the powers to be a longer period where the legislature was more ready, and we could absolutely make sure that there was real participation from the Coal Association in regard to the project, and to make sure that everybody won. But I really do believe that the project is, well, I'd have done the project at the drop of a hat. That's all there is to it, because it's not very often you've got somebody that's willing to come to southern West Virginia and invest tens and tens of millions of dollars, do it in a way that could have grown coal jobs the way I saw it, and grown coal production in the state of West Virginia, as well as doing stuff that would have been wonderful, wonderful for generating electricity, attracting, these, the next, data center or whatever. And it just, from the standpoint of potentially billions of dollars coming into southern West Virginia, crying out loud, I was all over it. And then all of a sudden, we got a lot of people, saying, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, and everything else. And before you know it, we had too many people that were just saying, well, I don't know if we're ready, this and that, and everything else under the sun. And so really and truly, the very best thing is, let's slow down and let them kind of work it out in the full session, and hopefully we can get across the finish line and get it done.
Thank you, Stephen, and everybody else. Governor, back to you.
Okay, there's just a lot of things, good things happening in West Virginia. I just think about, I love it when I see something like this community and technical college enrollment is up double that of what's going on in this nation. That's really wonderful stuff. And all the great work that's gone on in highways, and we're getting ready to go down into Boone County and do stuff with our rural schools. I congratulate Randy and Roger, on the great work that I think that they've done and are going to continue to do. And I just love the fact that lots and lots and lots of really good stuff that's going on in our schools. Don't anyone think for 1 second, unless they get hung up on some kind of political witch hunt and everything, that Communities in Schools has been a home run beyond belief. And Kathy Justice wants one thing in life, and that's to help kids. And honest to goodness, she's got a heart as big as Texas. And so a lot of good stuff going on in West Virginia. That's all I've got. Thank y'all.